Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you're new to my channel, please consider to hit that subscribe button and throw me some likes, y'all. Throw me some comments. I love hearing from you guys. So this week is going to be some spooky, creepy Halloween. Well, one in particular, it's busted canvas. Been wanting to do one of those, but then I kind of wondered, well, why is it busted? What busted it? So I'm going to answer that question for you guys. So I hope you enjoy this. And then another project is this cute little pumpkin little fairy. She's absolutely adorable. It's some paper I got from Decoupage Central. They have the cutest, sweetest decoupage paper. So, but I'm going to show you her first, and then I'm going to show you the main event. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it.
Hey guys, only two projects here. So first one is this. Look at this gorgeous frame. I got this from Habitat Restore. I've already cut that little cardboard piece down that I had some extra cardboard. I know it's not straight. I cannot cut even for anything. Anyhow, I went through my paint and tried to find a blue that closest matched that blue in her dress. I know here it looks a little more gray, but it does have a lot of bluish tone to it. And once it dried, it came down to this blue suede. I fell in love with this paint. I know. Every time I get a new paint and I use it, I'm like, I love this paint. And then I get obsessed with it and have to paint several things. Such a nice, pretty blue. Kind of a blue jean color, I would say. But I know there's a denim color in one of the brands. I can't remember what brand, but this is just folk art. I get it from my local Hobby Lobby, so that's easy for me to pick up. So I'm just going to do two coats of this because it really didn't cover the gold tone at all, really, to begin with. Could have done 3 coats if you want full coverage, but I wanted that gold showing through just because it's so gorgeous, and I'm just thinking that for the fall season or even into Christmas, that gold is so nice. So I've left some of the gold showing. Then I'm just going to cut down my paper. I am going to decoupage it with my liquid patina onto this cardboard piece. I had measured out what would show through the frame first, of course. Then I'm going to lay down my starter strip because this is a larger piece that I'm dealing with. If it's a small piece, I'll do the whole piece at one time. But anything I would say 8 by 10 or larger, I'm definitely going to use the starter strip method. Now, I found something new I tried. Y'all, this spray mister is perfect for these decoupage papers, rice papers or whatever. I think because it's got those fibers in that paper, and I'm guessing it lets them expand a little bit. I have 0 wrinkles in this paper when I'm through, and I have never had that happen before. So you just spray it real good. Now this bottle, I'm going to get one for my craft room, but this one's actually what I use for my hair. But I got mine from Sally Beauty. I know you can get them on Amazon. Not sure about Walmart, but you want the spray bottle that does the fine mist. You don't want just any old spray bottle. It's got to do that fine misting when it sprays. So I'm going to show you here. I'm doing my second strip here. I am going to spray that paper. You don't have to soak it. Spray it good though, and then immediately I'm going to go over the top of it with my paintbrush and that liquid patina, and I'm telling you, it works wonders, y'all. This is the first time me trying it, and I'm definitely going to be using this method because, especially with napkins, I think, because I'm just tired of getting those little bit of wrinkles in there. And I'm going to show you in the end. I'm really going to show her close up because I really want you to see there are 0 wrinkles. Let me know how you like this. Other than that, I'm just going to sand off the excess when it dries. Now the cardboard did curl up a little bit, but that's to be expected because it's a thin piece of cardboard here. That's no problem when you're putting it in a frame because it will level out. And then I'm just going to insert it that frame, and that is it for this project. right, here it is, guys. I had to say this was a fun project for me. So I'm just taking the canvas from Dollar Tree. That's the one with the panel to it, the raised panel. And then I'm using the flat canvas also from Dollar Tree. So the raised panel, paint it your background color that you want. And of course, I'm using black for Halloween. And then you're just going to decoupage your flat panel. And it's white, so there's no need to paint it or anything. How easy is that? So when you get through, here we go. I did have to do some touch up, but I just waited until the very end. Now, my inside panel that is on the back of my canvas, let me say this, because you're going to cut it. So you want decoupage paper there. So I'm using this Harlequin blocks, I think is what it's called, from Roycycled. And of course I want the blocks themselves, the little diamonds. So I'm just measuring that out roughly, cutting that out, and then I'm going to get a better measurement once I can put that inside. Now, just remember, whatever you're going to put on the inside portion of that top canvas, you're going to have to lay it down, okay? Because when you cut, you want that design to show. If it was on the reverse side, it's not going to show. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm hoping I did it the right way. I might have done it the wrong way. Anyhow, so I'm just going to use my liquid patina to put my paper down. No, I did it the right way, Christine. See, I overthink this stuff. Because when you cut it, you want that piece to be what's shown. And the reason why I was questioning myself is because the color of this paper it's so light once I decoupaged it onto that canvas. Anyhow. So I'm not fussing with this too much. I did wet it with that spray bottle. And I managed to get out all the wrinkles again, but I did put my layer of my decoupage medium down, and then I put my paper down. Just use my fingers and my brush, again, loaded down with that top layer of liquid patina to set that paper in. Set that aside, let it dry. Now, for the flat panel, I'm going to come in and pick up, you can see back there to my left, and the video of it's going to be pulling up shortly, but this is the Halloween blocks. I don't know if there's a newer one out. I know this was from last year. So I don't know if there's a newer one out or not. I don't remember a newer one coming out. But I love this paper. The only thing is just where to use it. And, of course, it's specific to Halloween. So I think I'm going to be using it for several years to come because I think I'm done with my personal Halloween projects. And I think I'm definitely done with filming Halloween projects. I think you guys are ready for a break. Maybe just something else, some thrift find flips, or maybe even we're moving into Christmas. So I'm thinking creepy here. So I love this owl. He's got these nice big dark eyes to him. So he's kind of creepy. And I did get some of the moth, but he's going to be covered up with our little skull. So he's not even going to be seen on there. But I definitely wanted the owl to be a part of that background. Because I'm thinking, if you're looking through like the forest at night, you might see the owl sitting there. See, I'm getting all into this. This is really creepy. I like it. I like Halloween. I think it's what you make of it. I'm not a horror fan person. I know a lot of people like the horror movies and all. I'm not into that, but I do like decorating. So I'm just gonna, again, use the same method. I'm not gonna show you all of this, but I'm just gonna decoupage this paper down. Now, once you bust your canvas, this is going to get, I used hot glue and Tite Bond. You could use E6000 or whatever just to make this stay onto the back of that canvas there, the first one. But you're going to have to marry those two pieces together. Definitely do that after you've cut through your initial front canvas piece. You don't want to accidentally poke into this part and ruin this part. So just set this off to the side, let it dry completely. I will come back with my little hand sander again, sand around the edges just to clean that up. And then in the end, I did come back and do my touch-up painting, like I said, and then I painted around that edge because it is white. So once you marry the two pieces together, you want it to be the same color as your main canvas. So I did come back and paint that black. But I'm just going to marry those two together. Then I'm going to start my cutting. Now I would say I started out, I kind of measured to find the center of my little frame. I just kind of put a mark with my X-Acto knife, my craft knife. That's what I started cutting with. Then I did come in with some scissors. What I found was, I guess the texture of this canvas, and because now I've made it harder with that liquid patina's dried now, so I've kind of got it like a harder surfaces to deal with. I kind of wanted to go crooked with my X-Acto knife, so I wasn't happy at first. It turns out fine. I'm not sure you can even tell. Maybe start out with this, but then I start grabbing my scissors. I got a little bit more control of my scissors, but I wanted to open mine up basically all the way, just practically all the way. So I did end up coming back with my X-Acto knife to get around those edges, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So I'm just making my X figure, my cross figure. Then I'm going to come in like a pie and make cuts in between those. If you don't get this measured exactly, it's not really going to matter. I think mine ended up not really being center. It's fine because you're not going to really notice that because you're going to roll that back. That makes sense. So I'm sorry this is out of frame, but I was just cutting with my scissors, and then see, it didn't quite go as far as I wanted it to, but that was basically the end of where my scissors would reach. So I had to go back in with my X-Acto knife because I just want to open that up good. And it depends on what you've got back behind this main canvas that you won't see. So I'm going to use a skull. I wish they had styrofoam. So if you do this project, look for styrofoam skulls at Dollar Tree. All they had at mine was plastic. Oh, I have a time cutting that thing. But I want him to fit, and I want him to fit to the side of that owl. So it depends on what your background is, how much you want it cut. Now, you're going to need more than hot glue to glue these things down when you start rolling your cut frame back. Its tendency is going to be to pull up, because that's not natural for it. And plus, remember, we've made it thicker because we've put that liquid patina on there, right? So we got 2 coats of that on there. So it's thicker, so it's going to want to pull. So hot glue and an E6000 or a tight bond, hold it down real good and let that sit. You're going to see me here in a minute working with it. So you're just going to take your first edge, roll it however you want to, however much you want to. Again, it's going to depend on your background. So here I'm just using, and some of mine still pulled up after I sat there and held it down for a little bit. Just going back in with some more hot glue because at that point the tight bond was not dry yet. It dries fairly fast, but it didn't dry that fast. So it's okay. You've got time to work. So just come back in with your hot glue, do it some more. First couple of pieces did wonderful. Then I think I got a little too proud and got a little too anxious, and then so I had to roll it back up again. Just clamp around your edges, your glue. Of course, it's going to dry clear, but you know how hot glue kind of leaves those spider strings, whatever you want to call them. They get on my nerves so bad. So roll everything back to however you want it. This is so satisfying. I just really like this. So y'all just going to see me here working through this, and then we're going to be grabbing our skull. So I'm going to give you a little break here. Alright, so I've grabbed my skull. Now, again, I did not realize this was as hard of plastic as it is. Oh. But I really wanted to use him. So again, if you can find styrofoam, please get styrofoam. It'd be so much easier to cut. So I started out with a bread knife. No. Then I went to a meat cutting knife. No. So I finally went to the garage and my husband helped me find one of these little saws. I don't know what this is called. It's a saw. That's what I'm using. So watch your fingers if you're having to cut it with saws. So I was just careful. Kind of pulled them back after I thought, you're going to cut your fingers off. I kind of tucked them under. So this was hard though, but you can see me working it here. Then I'm going to use my floral snips. That helped. It helped to get some of that back off. I used my other pair of floral snips. I don't know what the proper names for these things are, but one's short, one's the longer one. I don't know, but I used a combination of both of them. Thank goodness the first cut that I made was perfect, because if not, I was going to have to go and saw on this thing a little bit more. So, see, that's my long ones there. And I never use them for my florals because I find that they bind. If y'all know what that is, let me know. I don't know what the technical term for those things are, but they kind of bind when I'm trying to cut my stems. So they were perfect for this because I didn't want to ruin my scissors. So now it's a little jagged, the edge. It's not really going to matter. All I'm going to do here is take hot glue and some E6000. I am going to glue him down to my paper. So just make sure your placement, because you're just not going to have a whole lot of room to move around once you put him down. You just don't want to, be moving that glue, spreading that all around your pretty paper there. So he is hollow on the inside though. Thank goodness. He would have been solid. I don't know. I probably would have just taken him to the compound saw, I guess, and cut him. I don't know. But anyhow, I got him. Like I said, just use your glue, place him down there. I love him already. You see that little pack off to the side? That's some palm bones, I think it's what it's called. It's a pack from Dollar Tree again. I'm going to use 2 of those first hands. Now, there is a right and a left in this pack, so make sure you go through and find the right and left. So I'm going to find one of each, and I do paint those with my black chalk paint. And I told y'all he is going to be busting out of this canvas. So, got his little skull in there. Now, those 2 orange things, those are from some jewelry pieces I have. If my costume jewelry breaks, I save all those pieces. You never know what you're going to use those for. These work perfect for the eyes because they go so well with that Roycycled paper. And they're just creepy looking, right? And I have a feeling, I don't know, but I'm kind of thinking they might glow a little bit. They might not. That might be in my imagination, but they just look like they would glow. So like I said, I want to keep that out, so I'm moving as far against that frame as I possibly can. I paint those little hands. I'm going to hot glue in those little eyes, those little orange stones. And then I'm going to hot glue in my little hands like he really is coming through the canvas. I love this. I was trying to do a back for this. Nothing I did worked. It wouldn't stand up. I tried some of the little blocks to make it stand. That wouldn't work. I pulled the little flat thing off an existing picture frame. That wouldn't work. So I think I'm just going to either hang it or lean it up against something. Y'all let me know what you think. I love this project. And of course, this is the main show for this particular video here. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome.